This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Good Tavach, everybody. We're here in Old City, Ho'ir Atika, and I want to thank my friend Rabbi Sokol, who took out of his busy schedule to help us, to guide us here in the Old City. It is a great hashgacha that we should be standing on this corner, Matzai Shabbos of the coming week of Parshas Vayetze. Tradition has it that at this cross section of Rechov Plugas HaKoisel and Rechov HaYehudim is where the Shela Hakadosh had his Chatzeir when he came to Eretz Yisrael in the year 1620. The Shela Hakadosh was 60 years old, and he was the Rav of the most prestigious community in all of Klal Yisrael in the city of Prague. And he decided to fulfill his lifelong desire to come to make Aliyah to Eretz Yisrael. And he left behind his wife, and he left behind his children, and he knew he probably would not see them again. And he couldn't break the news to them, Shela, because he didn't want them to try to convince him to stay. So he wrote an ethical will to them. It's called the Shela Hakadosh, Shnei Luchos Habris. All the volumes of the Shela were the will that the Shela wrote to his children, telling them how to behave. He was not able to complete, as we know, it's a multi-volume work, until he got to Eretz Yisrael. He comes to the gates of Yerushalayim, Erev Shabbos. Erev Shabbos, Vayetze. This week, when they read from the Torah, Ein zeh ki im beis Elokim v'zeh shar ha-shamayim. So he enters the shar ha-shamayim, Parshas Vayetze. And he was so moved, he was so taken, that he decided to write a siddur, and he calls the siddur Shar ha-shamayim. Now, one of the reasons why the Shela wrote on the siddur, he said, if he wants to get dissemination, what sefer in Klal Yisrael will have the widest dissemination? Everybody needs a siddur. You know, a Gemara, yesh v'yesh, but a siddur, everybody needs a siddur. Now, the Shela came here in the year 1621, Parshas Vayetze. In 1625, Yerushalayim was taken over by a Muslim fanatic. He storms into the shul, Parshas Kiseitze. He incarcerates 14 Yidden, including the Shela Hakadosh. And now the Shela is held for a very high ransom. He was bailed out. And the Shela Hakadosh has to run away. He goes to the city of Tzfas, where the Shela Hakadosh lived out the rest of his life. And then he's buried in the city of Tveria. Right here, in this makom, is where the Shela Hakadosh lived, in Yerushalayim, and he came here this week, 1620. So 402 years ago to the day. So al admas kodesh anu oimed. Okay, shkoyach everyone.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.